back and show them that, that they come from a very, um,
Very smart.
intellectual.
You're
Yeah,
right.
they were smart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the information that they, or the way of life that they had and the knowledge that they had, is really the solutions to the challenges we face today. Yeah, we thought we had the answers. Yeah, but all we did was destroy the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
So
I think that was one of the things that the first time when Scott Morishige is the state homeless or whatever, I said, you guys looking at these guys like they're a problem. I said, that's the solution.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But you guys just don't see them yet
yeah,
because all you see is the outside, the tents and the tarps and stuff. I said, but,
yeah,
you know, I don't, they're the solution and
yeah,
you guys just don't realize it.
yeah. And then you try ask them, like some of those not the ones living down there, but the others. Ask them, can you tell me about the winds over here, about different things about the environment?
Right.
But you should talk to the guys that are living out there. They know.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah,
That's the Illinois one supposed to be taking care of the place.
yeah.
Those questions.
Yeah, Roger.
This area over here is Halepao. Yeah, Pao. Yeah, like the Pao fish, like the jumping jack. Yeah, and then the Ahupao is Kiahuolu.
What about the pond, the fish pond, the actual pond?
We haven't found the names. We know that they had names, but we don't know what they are. So, but yeah. So yeah, really, those are the ones. If you like find out about the environment, ask the ones that live there. Yeah, that live
Right.
out in tune, in harmony with that environment. As survival. Yeah, you have to know these things. And then so they have the solution and looking, where these environments, what is in the environments, what is happening in that environment, and so this is the kind of stuff is part of the um, healing of the historic trauma. Yeah, is to understand that it's not what um, they were told. That they come from a very intelligent, you know, people that their insight just blows you away.
Right.
And it's just like bottomless. The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
More questions come out.
The more you learn, the more you realize
the more
you is clueless.
yeah, you're clueless. But yeah,
We
so
were clueless
yeah,
about this until today.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. This is hidden treasure that I didn't expect. Yeah, I had no idea we was gonna look at Opae Ula, and we've been talking a lot about it
hmm
with the folks down there, and
yeah,
to know that there's a fountain of knowledge now somewhere.
yeah, yeah,
Because I don't know how much other places have like Opae Ula like this.
hmm yeah.
You know.
And every place is unique, and I think that each each place has their own sources. I don't want to use resource, but really sources. You know that you go and reconnect to. So what is the sources of your place? And then you malama that source.
Right. Yeah.
Over
Exactly.
there.
Yeah, because every area is different, and then that's one of the other things I really support is what they call in place-based education. Yeah.
hmm
So learn about your environment and stuff.
Yeah. And so when we were developing the like the curriculum over here, it was important that we base it on we develop or not develop, but bring back really the practitioner knowledge and understanding, because the practitioners, their practice is connected to the source and how to malama those sources. And so when we do that, so when we down this Makai side is like, what is one of the important practices over here was opelo fishing. And so when we focusing on taking care of the koa, the opelo, we have to take care of the alkaline ponds because the Opae Ula is connected to that.
Right.
And then in the Kula regions, where they use certain types of the uala, abmauka, certain kind kalo, where they got the materials for their tools, and other things. So you find the thing all connects, you know, and
Yeah.
so, you know, we have to look at really getting back to that, and then we know how to where the sources are and how to take care of the source. Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. And I'm not sure, we get the Opae Ula, the holes over by the boat harbor, but I'm not really sure anybody knows what they were actually used for.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just there. They know that it's a, preservation thing, and that Ganamalama that, because the thing is very rare. The thing not all
Mm-hmm.
over the place. But I'm not sure if anybody really knows what the purpose is or what
Mm-hmm.
the purpose was. And I think we found that out today.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And probably if you have like you know, the koa in the area, yeah, the Opelo koa, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't use that Opae Ula, you know, to help
what a Palu,
Palu, yeah,
yeah.
you know, because most places they didn't want to use chop, yeah, or you know, like the fish parts because you attract the predators, yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it was either vegetable kind of stuff or things like the Opae Ula that they would use to palu the koa. So yeah, I think it was like over here. Usually, you know what I'm finding is either, and this is only within our area here, is that where there was old canoe landings on the shoreline, I find these poho palus that is made into the rocks.
Oh, and that's where they.
Yeah, and that is where, you know, like whether they use like um, you know, the kalo or the wala, you know, where they pounded
Oh, no.
that thing, you know, for there. So it's right by uh, what I think it's right by canoe landings. So where they come out, you know, I mean they
Right.
load their
They make
then
the
they go
palo
back
and
out,
then.
yeah,
Right.
then they go out, yeah. And
So
usually you find them on
sorry,
shorelines.
I'm not one fisherman by any means.
No.
So they make this palo and then they put in the water and attract the opelu,
Yeah,
and then how they, is it a net catch or
yeah, net.
hook net?
Yeah,
Oh,
net.
okay.
Yeah, but the you know, the it wasn't only to for fishing, but it was actually the lavaya when hanai the koa. So they you know they
Fed 'em,
feed
right.
the koa. Yeah, so they don't always because it's seasonal. Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
yeah, they don't always feed or they don't always catch the opelu. Sometimes they, you know, when they going through, they just throw some palu, yeah, over there and go to the next koa, you know, and so yeah, just to feed the koa.
And I guess that also teach the fish to come here and come here,
Yeah,
at certain spots. So when they like catch them, they know exactly where the fish is at.
yeah, and the thing is that, you know, the opelu, it just like the knowledge is passed down from generation to generation of opelu, because the awao, the bigger opelu, they're kind of smart, so they go down in net, but they come out. Yeah, they don't stay down there. The younger ones will stay down in the net, and that's the one they catch. And then but then it really makes sense because the bigger ones are the ones that reproduce. Yeah,
Right, right.
they reproduce and they teach the younger ones because the older ones have that knowledge and the
Instinct,
connection to
yeah.
the lavaya.
Right.
Yeah. So when, you know, when they call them in, you know, whether they before time when they used to tap the side of their va'a with the paddle with the hoya, that the opela would hear that and would come in to that. So then the next generation get to understand, just like how the fishermen pass down the knowledge to the next generation.
Right.
So both sides is happening the same way. Yeah. You know, going through.
In essence, learning how to live in conjunction with one another. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, they, you know, they take care. And really, when you talk about, you know, like lavaya, you know, how do you define or how do you, yeah, a successful or an expert lavaya?
Hmm.
You know, and most people think that, oh, that's the one that can catch plenty fish, but it's the one who can practice sustainably. That is a
Right.
successful one.
Right.
Yeah. So they not only gonna need to know only about the fish, but really about that the whole
Entire
ecosystem,
site,
yeah,
right.
ecosystem, and to be able to live in balance and harmony with that. Because a lot of it, those environments will take care of itself. It's us that don't know how to act in those environments.
A lot of time us, you know, I guess it's us that not looking at the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Like how you just said, you know, while the Vita is learning their, you know, generation passed down, and how you said the fish is happening on the same tide. A lot of us, you know, we only looking at like what we doing, yeah. We not really understand that on the other side, the flip side, underneath the water, the same thing happening.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so like earlier part when forget somebody was asking about teaching about pai in the
Yeah.
but it's like the nursery.
Right,
And
right.
if somebody came in and threatened your kamali in the nursery, would you feel safe?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
flip
you know what I
balls.
mean. Yeah. And so sometimes our thinking, we gotta, um, understand, think from they're the same like us.
Right, right.
Yeah, we
Yeah, and have the same consideration for the opposite
consideration.
side
Yeah,
that we have for us, and
yeah,
I think that's one of the big things. You know, a lot of us
Yeah.
as people, me too.
yeah,
You know, and we're not always thinking about the flip side. And a lot of Hawaiian things, I realize that
yeah,
it's always a balance. Yeah,
Yeah.
one side and the other side. You know, you get the all in the po, and
yeah.
you
And
know,
that's why when you stay like in different places that is important to you, you begin to see what is happening. Yeah,
Right.
you a lot of times you see a lot and you see nothing at all.
right,
Yeah,
right.
but a practitioner will see beyond that surface and go down to the deeper level. Yeah, and really understand the cycles, the interconnectedness, and everything what is happening. Then he's more knowledgeable in how to behave in those environments.
Right, right.
Yeah, what is good for the environment, what is not good.
Understand the complete environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
not just a one-sided thing.
Yeah, and today, they, um, we tend to push, the STEM stuff in schools. Yeah, science, technology, engineering,
Yeah, that's the new
math and
buzzword.
stuff. But if that was the answer, then why is our environment in the state that it's in? We're missing something.
Right.
Yeah, we're missing the foundation.
They're
which
focusing on one
which
side
is
and not the
why-
opposite.
Which is why indigenous cultures are so important, because they have that spiritual connection to place.
Right.
Yeah, so they know how to live in balance. But with the knowledge that we have today, with the technology we have today, all we become is more efficient predators. Yeah?
Right, right.
Yeah, we rape
I understand
oceans,
that.
destroy forests. We're doing stuff like that, and because if it was the answer, then our environment should be better than it is today.
Better than it ever was,
yeah.
right?
But we're missing
it's
that
not,
link, and this
right.
is what and why indigenous cultures are so important, because they add the root to the stem. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
yeah. So because without that, we're gonna kill ourselves.
That's really what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Technology has just made it easier for humans to impose their will anywhere they want.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And
Right.
yeah, it's not, so it's important. Technology is just a tool, yeah.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is us on how we use it.
And people exactly.
Yeah.
And that's I like that.
And we lost it because why? Because of money. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like any tool could be used for building or for destroying. And a lot of times I guess people just use the tool to destroy or to impose their will and not
Yeah.
not really create or build.
Just like the old artisans, like the carvers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the old carvers, needed to listen to the wood. Yeah. But today with metal tools, we can force images on something, but the images already is in the wood, and all they're doing is clearing away the parts that take away from it. Yeah.
Right.
I think I just showed you.
But with the
He's a woodworker.
yeah,
Yeah,
so with the metal
awesome.
tools, we can force things. Today, with technology, we can force things out of cycle. Before, you had times of planting, times of rest, because you were dependent on cycles, the
Right.
rain cycles and all of those kind of things, the moon cycles. Yeah, you were more in tune with that, and in doing so, you exploit the other things less, yeah, like water and things. So you live in cycles, and so it seems like it's the same thing. Yeah, the technology just allows us to push things out of cycle, but in doing so, there is a price to pay.
Right.
Yeah. So are we willing to pay
At
the
some
price?
point, you always gotta pay the
look,
piper.
Look at the price we're paying today.
Yeah.
In woodworking, having the metal tools does help
Yeah.
sometimes, but not always you can force the wood to do what you want it to do.
Yeah. You have to be able to listen to the wood, yeah, and to be able to read what is not said, but the wood is saying a lot,
Yeah.
so yeah, so
So I tell them when they chose this Papa Kui, I told them, you have to choose, not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
Mama,
it
I
the
think
time?
you guys are gonna go.
Okay.